All right, good afternoon. Can you hear me? All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, I can see people joining. I can see May join, just join now. I can see Pamo just joining. Good afternoon. So if you're just joining us, you're welcome. You're all welcome. Another exciting live session from IEIS Education Group. So tell me where you're joining us from. Is it Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, or Kaduna? Tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us Abuja. Are you joining from Abuja? Are you joining from Lagos, Benin, Kano, Port Harcourt? So tell us where you're joining us from or where you're watching us from. Yeah, tell us. Or are you watching us from? Oh, Abuja. That's nice. Maybe that's nice. Abuja. Okay. Or are you watching from Ghana, Kenya, London, South Africa? Just tell us where you're joining from. I always love seeing where everyone is joining from. Yes, I love seeing that. Yeah, Abuja is here. I can see only Abuja in the comment section. No Lagos in the building, no Port Harcourt in the building, no Kaduna here. All right, so let's continue. So before we start, I have one simple, very simple question. And you have to be honest. I ask this question randomly most of our life. If someone gave you a full scholarship today, which country are you choosing? Are you choosing the Canada? Are you choosing United Kingdom? Are you choosing Australia? Or are you choosing Germany? Are you choosing Ireland? So just type only one country in the comment section. Let's see where everybody's mind is today. Yes. So tell us if you are given a scholarship, which country are you choosing to study abroad? Are you choosing Canada, UK, Germany, Australia, or Ireland? Let's see. Any other country? Let's see. Okay. Wow, UK. UK is leading here. Oh, that country. All right. Now another question. What's the biggest thing stopping you from studying abroad? Is it money? Is it visa? Is it document? Is it fear of leaving home? Or maybe you just don't know where to start. So, what is the biggest fear of studying? What is the biggest thing stopping you from studying abroad? Ah, this one is very common. Money. Yeah, someone say money. Very say money. This one is very very common. Money. What else? Nobody else. Yeah, so these are exactly the reasons why we hold a session like this. This is why we hold a session like this. So please do this thing for me right now. Just share this life to someone who wants to study abroad, or especially wants to study Canada. So share this life. Invite your parents for this. They need to join this session. So please share this life with people. Share them to your colleagues, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. To join this life, to join this section because it's going to be a very, very informative and educational session. You're going to learn a lot. I promise you guys. So yeah. So our goal is not just to tell you to study abroad. Our goal is to help you. Yes, our goal is to help you understand the process and make informed decisions. So today's conversation is one that almost everybody asks about. So we're talking about study in Canada, either 2026 or 2027. Study in Canada, either 2026 this year or 2027 next year. Everything you need to know. Yeah, study in Canada, everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. So please share this life, especially those who are interested in Canada, want to study in Canada, share it. Yeah, let them to join our life. It's going to be very, very, they should not miss out, please. Now, no, Canada is not just about the beautiful pictures you see online or you just come to Canada, all this kind of thing. We are talking about the real questions people ask every day. Like, how much does it cost to study in Canada? Can I work? Is Canada still worth it? What courses are in demand? How do I apply? Can HND holders apply? How does the visa process work? We answer those and much more. And please, it's not a lecture, I'm not lecturing you, but it's just to be a very educational something. So it's not a lecture, this is just a conversation. Yeah. If you have any question, you can drop in the comment section. And please, if you have been to Canada, those of us here, if you have been to Canada before, so I would like you to share your experience. Or if you're currently studying in Canada, you can request to join the live for a few minutes. We would love to hear from you. Let's learn together. Yes. So if you've been to Canada before, share your experience, or if you're currently studying in Canada, you can request to join this life for a few minutes and just love to hear from you. Share, let's learn anything want to tell us, advice or anything, so you can request to join the life. All right. And let's start with the biggest question. Why do millions of students still choose Canada every year? Yes, because honestly, people have choices. Yeah, they can choose the UK, Australia, Germany, USA, Ireland. So why Canada? That's one of the biggest questions. Why Canada? I'll tell you something interesting. Many people think students choose Canada only because they want to travel abroad. That's not the full story. That's not really true. Students choose Canada because they see it as a place where they can get quality education, gain international experience and exposure, and prepare for long-term career opportunities. For many people, it's about investing in their future. Yeah. So by the way, yes, guys, by the way, when you hear the word Canada, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? When you hear Canada, let's be honest, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it snow? Like, is it good education? Is it opportunities? Is it cold weather? So type in the comment section. Tell us, when you hear Canada, when you hear the word Canada, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? So tell us in the comment section. All right. So one reason Canada continues the weather. When you hear Canada, you think about the weather. That's nice. Don't say the weather. Who else? Okay. One reason Canada continues to attract the national students is the quality of its education. Yeah, Canada has a very perfect quality education. Canadian colleges and universities are respected around the world. So many institutions work closely with employers to develop programs that include practical learning, helping students build skills that are relevant in today's job market. So you find programs in areas such as IT, that's information technology, cybersecurity, AIS, artificial intelligence, business, healthcare, engineering, hospitality, early childhood education, construction, skills trades, logistics, data analytics, public health. There are so many more. These are just few examples. So the right programs depend on your background and your career goals. What are your goals? What you want to achieve? So it depends on you. Now, common misconception. Let's clear up one myth. Yeah, I want to clear up one myth. Some people think if I study abroad, I automatically get a job. That's not how it works, brother. Sorry. Some people think if I study abroad, I just automatically get a job. No, it doesn't work that way. Your qualification, the thing is here is this: your qualifications can open doors, but success also depends on your skills, your experience, your networking, and your effort. Yes. So it depends on your skills, your experience, your effort, your discipline. So studying abroad gives you that opportunity, but you still have to make the most of them. All right, guys. I want to know who's watching us, who's watching, how many people are watching today. Let's see. So okay, if you could study one course in Canada, what could it be? If you have opportunity to study in Canada, if you could study one course in Canada, what could it be? Is it IT, cyber security, business, engineering, data analytics, hospitality, nursing? Wow, early childhood education. That's good. This nursing, but when I was a kid, then when I hear nursing, I just think it's people that give people injection. So that word nursing, that's what I normally think. People that give people injection. That's the work. So but until I grew up, I began to understand nursing. Or tell us, or this something else? Someone said early childhood education. Who else? Hospitality. Who else again? Ah, nobody else. Hospitality. So it's hospitality and early childhood. Um, yes, early childhood education as leading. All right. So this is probably one of the biggest questions we hear. So this is probably one of the biggest questions we hear at IES. Some people have seen changes in Canada immigration policies and wonder, is Canada still worth considering? Is Canada still, yes, is Canada still worth considering? It depends on your goals. So Canada, yes, Canada has updated some immigration and international student policies in recent years, including changes affecting study permits. Yes, including changes affecting study permits and eligibility for certain work pathways. Because these rules can change, it varies. Yeah, so you have to pay attention. It's important to rely on current information and, and choose programs that fit your plan. What hasn't changed is that Canada continues to offer international recognized education, period. Diverse communities and opportunities for students who plan carefully and meet the requirements. That's why getting the right advice before you apply is so important. That's why we are here for you. All right, we have talked about why Canada remains a popular destination. But now, let's get into the questions everyone really wants answered. How much does it cost to study in Canada? How much should you budget for accommodation and living expenses? Are scholarship are scholarship available? And are scholarship available? Can you work while studying? And why you should and what you should know before you even submit an application. So that's exactly what we're covering next. So I'll take it again. Yes, yeah, Canada will still welcome international students. Canada is yes, Canada is very welcoming, very welcoming. I'll take it again. The next part we're going to enter, we're going to talk about how much does it actually cost to study in Canada. And these are the common questions we hear from people ask. So we want to answer them for you. The real questions everyone wants answered. So how much it actually costs to study in Canada? How much you should budget for accommodation and living expenses? Are scholarship available? Can you work while studying? And what you should know before you submit an application. So please, guys, don't go anywhere. So please invite your friend, invite your colleague, invite your partners, anybody to join this live session because it's getting hotter. Yes, it's getting hotter here and getting more interesting. And if you're enjoying this section, if you're enjoying this section, please tap on the screen, just tap on the screen, and share it to someone who is dreaming of studying abroad. So please just tap on the screen, share it to someone who is dreaming of studying abroad. All right. And I see you guys tapping, share this live, invite people to join because it's getting more interesting. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Now let's talk about the question I know many of you have been waiting for. Because most of our life we are here, money, 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 money. If I ask what's the problem stopping studying abroad, people will type in money, money, money. So money, money. I know somebody has already been typing it. People have already typed it. Someone has already been typing in the comment section since we started. So how much is it? How much is it to want to study abroad? Am I going to sell my house? Can my parents afford it? Yeah. Let's talk honestly. I tell students something. Studying abroad is not an expense. Yes, it's an investment. So think about it. Let me just think about it. When people buy land, like or maybe people buy what will I say? Not land. Okay, let me just use land. When people buy land, nobody says they have wasted money. Yeah, yes, nobody says they wasted money. And when people build a house, nobody says they have wasted money. Is that not right? Education is another form of investment. The difference here is the investment is in you, is in me. So yes, education is also an investment. So I want everyone to answer this. If money wasn't a problem, would you study abroad? So type in the Type in the comment section, yes or no. If money wasn't a problem, would you still study abroad? If you have all the cash, like maybe we say money. If you have maybe if you have all the cash, oh yes, oh everybody's saying yes. Okay. Yes, exactly. So one important thing to understand is that there isn't one fixed tuition fee. Let's talk about tuition for Canada. So different school changes charge different fees. Different programs have different costs. For example, business may have one tuition, engineering may have another, healthcare programs may be different. Some colleges are more affordable than others. That's why whenever somebody asks how much is tuition? Our first question is always which school, which program, because the answer depends on what you want to study. So now let's move beyond tuition. Another thing students ask is living expenses. This includes things like accommodation, food, yeah, phone bills, transportation, book and study materials, personal or just personal expenses. The cost depending it depends on a lot on the city you choose. Yeah, on this living expense. It depends on the city you choose. So a student living in a major city may spend more than someone studying in a smaller city. So budgeting is very, very important. That's why we encourage students to plan realistic before they travel. You need to plan, know the country you're going to, so plan ahead and do your own research before you travel. And I want to ask this question now. Let me ask you guys, the audience. Would you rather live in a very busy city with higher cost of living, or live in a quiet city where your expenses may be lower? Let me say it again. Would you rather live in a busy city with with higher living costs, or live in a quiet city where your expenses may be lower? So tell us in the comment section. Or that type city or quiet? Tell us in the comment section. Type city or quiet. Nobody? Will you live in a busy city with higher living costs, or will you live in a quiet city with lower expenses? Like I say, will you live in a busy city, yes, with higher living costs, city that is busy, just like you go to Lagos, everywhere is busy, or you live in a very quiet city? I would like to say, which city? I would like to say Jos, a quiet city with the expenses are low. Okay, someone saying a small village that's affordable. Okay, so well, small village affordable. I said city, not village. That's cool, but I understand what you're trying to say. That's cool. Village are often quiet, affordable. Yeah, that depends on your budget. Okay, so now we're going to talk about scholarship. Ah, this person must be a hustler. She say living in person say living in a city to get better job. Yeah, I like that energy. You don't care about the expenses. You want to go and hustle, not instead of staying in a quiet city. That's good. Now we're going to talk about scholarship. I know this part which everybody likes to hear, scholarship. We like free things in this country. We like free money. Nigerians we love free money. Everybody loves free things, free scholarship. So I know. Let me if so please, who likes scholarship here? Just put is it the hand emoji? I don't know how to say it. If you like scholarship, give me a thumbs up here. Who here likes scholarship? All of us here like scholarship. So many students think if I apply, I automatically get a full scholarship. No, go on. No, that's not how it works. It's always doesn't work that way. You love scholarship. I know you love scholarship. You don't need to say it. I know you love scholarship. It doesn't always work that way. Scholarship vary from institution to institution. Some are based on academic performance. Some are awarded based on specific criteria. Some provide partial tuition support. Others may have different eligible requirements. Yes. So that's why we always encourage students to ask about scholarship opportunities early in the application process. Because most times all these opportunities comes out when at the beginning stage, early in the application process. That's why we always tell you apply early. Apply early. All right. All right, game time. Let's play a little game. Let's play another game. Myth or fact. You know. So you tell me if I ask you any question, tell me myth or fact. So are you guys ready? If you're ready, say yes in the comment section. Myth or fact. All right, guys. So number one, only students with perfect grades can study abroad. Myth or fact? Type in the comment section. Only students with perfect grades can study abroad. Myth or fact? Tell us in the comment section. Nobody. Only students with perfect grades. Myth. Let's see. Someone say myth. 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 Okay, myth is winning the race here. Oh, and the answer is correct. Myth. You know, different institutions have different admission requirements, and many consider more than those grades. So yeah, correct. Myth. No. Question number two. Pay attention. You need billions before you can study abroad. Myth or fact? You need billions before you can study abroad. Myth or fact? Hmm? Waiting for your answer. You need billions before you can study abroad. Myth or fact? Nobody. Yeah, myth. Are you sure? Final answer, myth. Are you sure? Are you sure? All right. The answer is correct. Myth. You know, careful planning, choosing the right institution, understanding the costs, and exploring available support can make international education much more achievable than many people think. You know, so if you plan carefully, you can see other cheaper schools and institutions. Yeah, so that's myth. So question number three, myth or fact? Scholarship exists. Scholarships exist. Myth or fact? Question number three, scholarships exist. Myth or fact? Nobody. Facts. Are you sure? Are they scholarship? Let me check. All right, the answer is facts. The answer is fact. But remember, scholarship differ from institutions and program. Eligibility requirements vary. Yeah. Now let's imagine you arrived in Canada. What's life really like? Imagine you arrive in Canada. What's life really like? I'll be honest with you. The first week, yes, can be exciting, but also different. You know, you're in a new country, different weather, different culture, different food, transport system, in fact, different environment, classroom. But one beautiful thing about Canada is that it's known for being multicultural. So students from different countries study in Canada. So you often find diverse community. Like you can see for us in Nigeria, you can see Nigerian communities, a lot of them in Canada, and support services designed to help international students settle in very well. All right, I'm going to ask a very quick question now. Who here has never experienced cold weather? Who here has never experienced cold weather? Let's be honest. You have never experienced cold weather. Tell us. Who here have never experienced cold weather? Just type me. So or type I. Who here has never experienced cold weather? I know I'm asking this question because who here? Nobody wants to answer. Okay, all of you have experienced cold weather. All right, let me just take it. Everybody have experienced cold weather. Because Canada is much more, colder than Nigeria, especially in winter. So if you're planning to study there, pack, those pack one of those your favorite t-shirts, pack sweaters and pack hood or jacket, whatever. But Canada is a very cold place. So another thing students worry about is will I be alone? Will anybody help me? Many Canadian institutions provide services such as international student orientation, academic support, career guidance, student well-being services, library and learning resources, clubs and societies. Yes. So these services are there to help students adjust and succeed. Now let's talk about one of the hottest topics here. You know, people ask, can international students work while studying? The answer is international students may be able to work while studying. Yes, may be able to work while studying. It if their study permit allows it and they meet the applicable conditions. The exact rules can change over time. So it's always important, like I said, it's always, someone say yes, maybe say yes, you're correct. So it's always important to check the current requirement from Canadian government before making plans. You know, the key point is this: your primary reason for going to Canada is to study. Yes. Your primary reason for going to Canada is not to go and work, it's to study. So any work opportunities are there to support your experience, not to replace your education. Because I know a lot of Nigerians, you japa and still japa. So your primary reason for going to Canada is to study. Your primary reason for going abroad, studying abroad, to go and study. Yes. So not to go there and japa, you know that you japa for me and still japa. If you japa japa, they will deport you back. So your primary reason to go to Canada is to study. All right. If you could now I'm coming now, this session is like a pool, so audience pool. So you guys pay attention. Pay attention to all right, and this is a quick poll. I hope you guys are paying attention. A very, very quick poll, quick poll. If you could have one part-time job while studying, which would you choose? If you could have one part-time job while studying in Canada, which could you choose? Which would you choose? Is it coffee shop, retail business, office admin, campus job, restaurants? So tell us, which would you choose? Or if you have any one in your mind, just not forget the pool. If you have anyone in your mind, just tell us. If you could, coffee shop. Coffee shop. Do you like coffee? Campus job. Do you like coffee? Is it coffee shop? Hey, someone said in the conversation said coffee shop. Mary, do you like coffee? Oh, you love coffee. Oh, okay. Let me believe you. So, who else again? If you could have one part-time job while studying, which would you choose? Coffee shop, retail, office admin, or if you have any job in your mind that you know you want to do there, tell us. Type your campus job. Don't say campus job. Campus job, yeah, that's what is raining. But I don't know the kind of campus job you're talking about. Okay, all right. So we have covered a lot already. We have covered a lot already. We talked about tuition, we talked about budgeting, we talked about scholarship, we talk about student life and working while study, but we still haven't have some important. We still have some important questions left. What is so? I'll talk about what is post graduation work permit (PGWP). I know a lot of us hear about this. You see, you come across this PGWP. What is the post graduation work permit? What career opportunities are available after graduation? What mistake um, what mistakes should students avoid? How do you prepare a strong application? And finally, How do you prepare a strong application? And finally, I'll answer some of the most frequent asked questions we receive at IIS every single week. So with the questions we not receive every single, so I will answer them. So don't leave yet. Just be patient. So we're going to enter the final stage. Yeah. So if you're ready, let's go. And if you're enjoying this session, please tap the screen, share the live, invite a friend, and let's finish strong together. So tap, 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 type, share this live, share. Invite your friend, your colleague if you're enjoying this session. This session. Okay, the final part. Let's go. If you have stayed with us long, thank you so much, thank you so much. Now let's talk about something students are already thinking about. What happens after I graduate? I've noticed something. Someone say good afternoon. Good afternoon, astrological. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. I've noticed something. Most students spend more on choosing a university, but very little time thinking about life after graduation. That is very bad. And honestly, that's backwards. You shouldn't just ask, where do I want to study? You should also ask, where do I want, where do I want this qualification to take me to? What do I want to do after I graduate? Don't think about the course. You also think about after I graduate, where do I want to be? Or where do I want this qualification to take me to? You know. So the only question you ask. Tell me, guys, why do you want to study abroad? Yes, I want to ask this question because it's a very critical question you need to ask. Why do you want to study abroad? These are questions you ask when you are trying to study abroad, Not just because some people just come spend money choosing university course and all those things. They don't even have direction. When they say for greener pastures. Okay, for greener pasture. Don't worry, it will be greener. After this life, I'm taking you abroad. Me, after the life session, I'm taking you abroad. So be honest, why do you want to study abroad? Is it better education? Is it career growth? Is it international exposure? Or better future for a family? Adventure? Greener pasture? So tell us. Everyone has a different dream. So tell us, and that's okay. Tell us, why do you want to study abroad? Because it's very, very important. One thing I always tell students is this. Okay, nobody wants to tell us why I want to study abroad. Okay, someone told us, me, for greener pastures. That is a very nice. Who else? Nobody else. Why don't study abroad? Okay. Once I always tell students, about choosing a program. Don't choose a course or a program that is just because it's trending. Choose a course that fits your interests. Choose a course that fits your strengths, your career goals, your future demand. All these things you have to consider before choosing a course. Like I said, choose a course that fits your interests, your strengths, your career goals, and your future demand. The world is changing very quickly. Technology is changing. Healthcare is changing. Business is changing. Artificial intelligence is changing almost every industry. Yes, AI, you can see ChatGPT and so many on Gemini. So think beyond just today. So when you're applying for a course, don't just think about let me choose a university or choose a course. No, think beyond. Think about what after graduation, what can this qualification take me to? Yeah, take me to wherever. So ask those kind of questions. So when you're choosing a course, you have to think beyond today. Okay, we're going to talk about programs in demand, like in Canada. There are many fields that continue to attract interest from employers around the world. Examples include IT, information technology, cyber security, data analytics, artificial intelligence, healthcare, nursing, engineering, construction and skills trade, supply chain and logistics, business and management, finance and accounting. Someone say earlier, early childhood education. These are just examples. And the right choice depends on your own goals and qualification. Yeah. Now let's talk about something you've probably heard before. Like I said, we'll talk about it. The post graduation work permit, often called the PGWP, post graduation work permit. This is one of the topics people ask the most. I see this question the most. The PGWP is a work permit that may allow eligible graduates of certain Canadian designated learning institutions to gain work experience in Canada after completing their studies. Like I said, the PGWP is a work permit that may allow eligible graduates of certain Canada designated learning institutions to gain work experience in Canada after completing their studies. Yeah. However, and this is very important, and this is very important, not every program or institution qualifies for this. So eligibility depends on the current rules and the specific programs you choose. The rules can change. Yeah, that's why you have to stay updated. So always check the latest information before applying to study in Canada. That's one of the reasons we encourage you guys, we encourage students to get proper guidance before selecting a school. That's why we are here for you. That's why IES, that's what to do. We guide you from start to finish. All right, let's play another round of myths or facts. So are you guys ready? Let's play another round of myths or facts. So pay attention. Myth or fact. Every college in Canada automatically qualifies for PGWP. Myth or fact. Every college in Canada automatically qualifies for PGWP. Is it a myth or a fact? Myth. Are you sure? Are you sure? Final answer. Are you sure? Yes, and myth is the answer. Eligibility. Oh, very sure. Yes, you're correct. Eligibility depends on the institution, the programs, and current government requirements. That's why choosing the right programs from the beginning matters a lot. Yeah. So now we'll talk about the biggest mistakes. Talk about the biggest. What is this? Okay. We'll talk about the biggest mistakes students make. We all make. No. Over the years, we have seen. Let me share something. Yes. Over the years, we have seen common mistakes. Maybe this will help someone watching today, because this is what the mistake I normally come across every time I see. Like I always say, common mistake we normally make, like I've noticed is, I always say this. Most of if you follow me most of my live session, I'm the host. I normally say this: choosing a course because your friend chose it. Yes, that's a common mistake some people make. Choosing a course because your friend chose it, or you heard you just random talk or something. Your friend part isn't necessarily your part. Yeah. So another mistake, waiting until I always say you guys this. I always tell you guys this. Waiting until the last minute to apply this application. Please apply early. In fact, if you're thinking of studying about next year, start preparing and start applying. Waiting until the last minute to apply, because when you wait to deadline, all these little things, you start rushing. There's this kind of panic, fear, tension, so many things. So early application is good because it also have scholarship opportunities, especially at that beginning stage of the application period. Yes, because early application gives you more option and less stress. So three, not preparing financially. Yeah, planning ahead makes a very huge difference. So if you're thinking of turning abroad, you have to start preparing financially now. If you're thinking of turning abroad next year, 2027, start planning financially now. So four, Using outdated or unofficial information. Yeah, that is very wrong. Immigration and study policies can change. Not they can change, they always change. And that's why always verify information through official sources and trusted advisors like us IS. So if you are confused, reach out to us. Five, not asking questions. There's no reward in keeping quiet or guessing. So if you're unsure, ask questions. If you're unsure of your study destination or anything, you can ask us IIS. We're here for you. Now I'm going to talk about the frequently asked questions we get at IIS. When frequently asked questions we hear almost every week. All right. So pay attention. Question number one: can HND holders apply? Now this is depending on the institution and program. HND holders may be eligible for admission. Requirements vary. So your academic background should be assessed individually. Question number two: do I need IELTS? Do I need IEL and IELTS? IELTS, that's IELTS. English language requirements depend on the institution and the program. Many institutions accept tests such as IELTS or PTE, while some have other accepted options or waivers. Yes, that's some have language waivers. So always check the requirements before for a chosen program. Always check the requirements for a chosen program. So three, another this common question we normally see. Frisky high. This common question, this is the common question you normally hear. Can I bring my family? Yes, I get this. We get this question most of the time. But most of the people will come across. Yes, almost ask this question. Can I bring my family, dependents, and so on? This depends on your circumstances and the immigration rules, the effect at the time of your application. Yeah, because these policies can change. It's best to get advice based on your individual situation. Four, how long does the application process take? Like I say, it varies depending on its institution, in the intake, the document preparation, and the visa processing time. So one reason we always, and that's one reason we always encourage students to start application early to avoid unnecessary pressure and so on. Question number five: when should I start preparing? My answer is as early as possible. In fact, if you're planning to study abroad, start now. After this live session, just immediately, just start applying, start preparing now. So even if you're planning for next year, now is the time to begin gathering documents, researching the programs, and most especially planning your finance. That's very important. Okay. So quick one, we're going to have let's have some fun. Game time, interactive game, yes. Just just a little game, not just a little. Let's have a little fun before we wrap up. I've been talking too much, yeah. So let's have a little game before we wrap up. You're going to answer quickly. So pay attention. You're going to answer quickly. No thinking too much. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, answer. So let's start. Canada or UK? Quick answer. Canada or UK? Nobody's answering me. Canada. Okay. Scholarship or part-time work? Do you prefer scholarship or part-time work? Hmm? Scholarship or part-time work? Nobody. So okay, none of you prefer scholarship. Part-time work. Part-time work. Scholarship. Hmm. Well, I have my my comment. Part-time. Wow. Part-time work. You don't like scholarship again. Okay, maybe say UK. You live in a UK. You're a UK person. Okay, coffee or tea? Coffee or tea? Okay, yeah, that's true. Part-time helps. The reason I say part-time helps me settle into the system. That's really true. That's true. Part-time work helps you. Yeah. Coffee. Coffee. Ah, why coffee? If you don't like tea, me, I don't like coffee. Oh. I prefer tea. I don't know what is even sweet about coffee. All right. All right. All right. All right. Sweating here. If anyone here is currently studying Canada, or has studied there before, or has already applied, please you can request to join the live for a minute or two. We would love to hear your experience, if any words of advice or anything. So if you are currently studying Canada or have studied there before or has already applied, so you can request to join the live section for a minute, seconds, few minutes. We'd love to hear your experience or words of advice. Sometimes hearing from another student or another someone from learning from someone that is there is just valuable as hearing from us. So please, nobody has studied, nobody is in Canada. Okay, nobody watching us from Canada. Nobody, nobody watching us from Canada. Okay, so if this is section, if this session has helped in any way, I'm really glad you joined us. Yes, I'm really glad you joined us. So remember, study abroad isn't about following the crowd. It isn't about hearing random talk. It's about making informed decisions that fit your future. Yeah, when talk about future, talk about your career goals, what in fact everything fit your vision, your future. So whether you're considering Canada, UK, or other study destination, the first step is getting the right information. That's the first step. So at IES Education Group, we are here to guide you. That's what we do. From choosing a program to preparing your application and supporting you through the process. So I'm going to call out I'm going to call out our contact details. So those of us who are interested in studying abroad or you need advice, guidance, you can reach out to us. Yes. So you can reach us. Because since we're talking about Canada today, I'll start our Canadian line. You can reach us on plus one. You can contact us on plus 1 437 869 4556. I'll call the line again. +1 +1 437 869 4556. +1 437 869 4556. So those of us who are interested in Canada, want to study in Canada, you can WhatsApp or call the line I just mentioned above. Or you can also contact us on plus zero. You can contact us on 081 0768 1656. I'll call line again. 081 0768 1656. So you can WhatsApp or call any of this line. If you have any issue in studying abroad, if you have any issue, you need any consultation, you select or you want to study any of the designated school, designated location or whatever, you can reach out to us and we will guide you from start to finish. Yeah, from start to finish. So, and please, if you're not following us, and do so to follow us. Follow us after this live. You're not follow us on IEIS Nigeria on TikTok. And on all our platforms, we are IEIS Nigeria. Just search IEIS Nigeria and see our social handle. That's what we are, IES Nigeria. So endeavor to follow us, stay updated and stay informed. Yeah. So before we end, I want everyone to answer one last question. One last question before we end. One last question. What's one biggest challenge again? Yes. What's one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad right now? What's one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad right now? Before we end, I want you guys to answer this last question. Because most of these answers we get from you guys, we usually use to plan our life section. That addresses exactly what you need. So we want to hear from you to know how we're going to address you guys again. So tell us what's one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad right now? Tell us in the comment section. Nobody. What's one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad right now? Someone in the comment section. People that have challenges. Okay. Normally I might hear money, 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 money. I asked one final question because one final question. What's the one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad right now? Yes, maybe say with this information I should be getting ready to study abroad. Yes, yeah, we're ready. So what's one biggest challenge stopping you from studying abroad? But most of your answer we might use it and plan our life session. That's how we plan our life session. That's the secret. So what's one biggest challenge? Okay. So for me, I'll just say money. Money is the one of the biggest challenge from this life and previous life. Money, you guys normally say money. Yeah, money, money, money. All right, guys. So thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We appreciate every finance money. Everybody answer me. Consultation. Yes, consultation. When someone say consultation, that's why you're here for you. You can, if you're confused, you need free consultation. You can send us a DM after this live section on our follow us on TikTok, send us a DM, or you can reach out to us. You can WhatsApp or call us. I'll call the line again so that you guys will know if you have any. If you want to get you want to get consultation, you can reach out to us. Because IES offer consultation. It depends. It varies. We offer consultation, advices, and and if especially those want to apply, that's why we are the best. We want to apply for any school. We're going to guide you from start to finish. Even after you finish the application, traveling to reach your bus stop, if you're until you reach UK or Canada at the door, for even accommodation. So we're here to help you. So I'll call out our number again. If you need guidance or want to study in Canada, because today we're talking about Canada. If you want to study in Canada, please I want to reach you, just pay attention, listen to our contact so that you reach out to us. Let me call our Canadian line +1 437 +1 437 869 4556. I'll say they call it again. +1 437 869 4556. Yes. Or you can reach out to us, our Nigerian line. You can reach out, contact us 081 0768 1656. 081 0768 1656. So you can WhatsApp or call any of this line, and please follow us on TikTok. If you're not following, follow us on our Instagram, IS Nigeria. Follow us on Facebook, IS Nigeria. Follow us on all our platforms. Yes. And yes, I forgot to even tell you guys this. We have this Friday challenge. We have this challenge every Friday, 12 p.m. So there are amazing prizes to be won. So make sure you follow us so you participate in this live. There are so many prizes to be won. So on this Friday, we're having every Friday, we normally have this Friday challenge. So we're hoping to see you guys on Friday, 12 p.m. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time with us today. We truly appreciate every comment, every question, every share, and everyone who stayed until the end. So if you found this session helpful, just tap the screen, tap your like button. Yeah. And if you have questions about specific planning, specific and keeping and any question at all, please endeavor to reach out to us. Send us a DM and yeah, send us a DM. So until next time, keep learning, keep planning, and keep believing in your future. Keep believing in your future. I'm Michael from IES Education Group, and on behalf of our team, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we'll see you this Friday, 12 p.m. Bye for now.